You want to know about the fluff fairy? Is it real? I've been doing research about what is the fluff fairy. Okay, first of all, that is not the spoon that goes in there. I don't know who did that. What is the fluff fairy and is it really real? I see a lot of girls on YouTube and on TikTok talk about the fluff fairy came to visit. I really wanted to know, what is it? What is the fluff fairy? From what I gathered, the fluff fairy basically is that period of time when your body is healed up or healing up and the fat has attached itself to a blood source. It starts to expand because fat cells, they're little sacs. And when you gain weight, they get bigger. And when you lose weight, they get smaller. That's why when you get lipo and it's supposed to not produce fat there anymore because they've removed those little fat sacs pretty much. That sounds weird. But anyway, you remove the fat sacs. So, I mean, if you've removed all the fat sacs, how do you end up gaining weight in that spot? My assumption is that all the fat wasn't fully removed. Sorry, I'm doing skincare. I gotta multitask. I got things to do. So how do you get a visit from the fat fairy? And that's basically, you need to feed the fat. So feeding the fat, healthy fats is the best way to do it. There's a difference between the type of fats, like saturated fat is usually the bad fat and the unsaturated fat is the good fat. And I guess the best way to tell the difference between those two is that the saturated fat in room temperature will solidify, it'll get solid. Unsaturated fat, it'll turn into fluid, it'll be watery in room temperature. And that's how you can tell the difference between. The unsaturated fats are the good fats, the fats that you want to get. You should be consuming while healing. So the first one is going to be fish. Mackerel, tuna, salmon, and trout. Those are the best fish to consume. Walnuts is a good one. It's high in calories and it's a good source of omegas. Flax seeds. Flax seeds are really good to consume. Not the processed ones, not like the ones in, I had some crackers over there. I always look back because I keep all my stuff over there on that shelf right there. And I don't know why, what makes me actually physically look back there while I'm talking to you guys, but yes, I have some flaxseed crackers over there. I probably should have brought them over here, for example, because I like flax seeds and I make a gel out of it too, but I digress. Oils, sunflower oil, grapeseed, corn oil, really good to cook with and to put in your salads. Chia seeds are really good. I like to make a chia pudding. I use nut milk. I don't use dairy. Dairy causes a lot of inflammation as well. I don't consume dairy, not very often. But I mix the chia seeds with some honey, maybe some type of flavoring like vanilla or something, and my nut milk, sometimes soy milk or coconut, almond milk, whatever. I just mix it in there overnight and they expand and they have this little jelly thing. It's really good. I know it sounds weird, but it's really good. You can put it in your drinks too and smoothies. Another nut is the macadamia nut, which is a really good. You don't want to eat a whole bunch of these, like with the nuts, because like I said, they're really high in calories. So you want it just like maybe a handful, like 10 to 15 of them. Peanut butter. I eat a lot of peanut butter. This is actually this is an almond butter, but I eat a lot of butters. You want to get the ones that are unprocessed. You know, the ones that you gotta sit upside down and has all the oil that leaks in it, or not leaks, but moves around in it. Another one is the avocado. Everybody knows avocado is a good source of healthy fat, and you want to put these all in your diet in some type of way. You don't have to eat them all in the same day every day, because I know chia seeds and flax seeds can be a little pricey. So, and not to eat processed carbs. Oh my gosh, you would not believe the amount of videos that you'll find somebody documenting their BBL and they're just eating out, and then they're wondering why they're like, oh, I'm so swollen. It's because you've eaten a very high sodium, unhealthy processed carbs. You just don't want to do that after surgery. Your body's already all crazy, so you don't really want to do that. As far as the fluff fairy being real, I believe so. I believe the fluff fairy is basically that period of time when your fat has attached itself to a blood source. The fluff fairy does exist. I got all kinds. Oh dang, that's what I forgot. Dang. I can't concentrate. I'm sleepy. It's a rainy day today, and I just wanted to just pamper myself. But I have a lot to do. But like I said, I do believe that the fluff fairy does exist as far as like what it really is. And that's basically your fat has found a home, and it's found a good blood source, and it's happy, and it starts to expand because it is a little fat sack. And that's what it does whenever it's moved and found a source. So technically, yes, the fat fairy does exist. If you feed it the right fats and you don't sit on it and crush them, you stay healthy and you don't smoke and you don't drink, because smoking and drinking restricts the blood vessels. That's why they tell you don't smoke, don't drink, because it'll restrict those blood vessels. And when those blood vessels are restricted, blood's not moving to the areas that it needs to get to, the way it needs to get to, and the amounts that it needs to get. I don't know how the hell I poured that without spilling it. This is hyaluronic acid I like to use on my face. I'll be having that forever. If you continue to watch my videos, you'll be very familiar with it, because that bag is gonna last me forever. I'm on the journey to having glass skin, and this is one way to do that. I'll also be using this on the skin on my stomach and on my booty, my brand new booty, which I've been using it already, so I can't just say that I'm gonna start. It's in my body washes, it's in my shampoos, it's in my conditioner, it is in everything. I sometimes throw some in the smoothie. It's really good for hydration and lubricating your joints. Actually, I guess I can give y'all a little before, because I have been losing weight instead of gaining weight for my BBL. And I know that's a conversation that a lot of people have. They feel like, oh, well, shouldn't you be eating and gaining weight? And I'm like, no, if you don't want to be snatched. Like, I want a small little waist, and the best way to do that is to get rid of visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that's around your organs, not the fat that you're gonna get lipoed pretty much. They used to lipo visceral fat long time ago, and that's what was causing people to die. Whenever the cannula was inserted through, they would go through the muscle, and sometimes fat would go into the bloodstream that way. And that's what kind of helped me make a decision on where I was going to get my BBL done, because I wanted to go somewhere safe. And I know now in Miami, they have a law where they have to assist with a ultrasound whenever they're removing and inserting fat, so they can see where they're going, and that they know that they're above the muscle and not going to inject into your bloodstream or your muscle. And that's why and that was just in like the end of 2023 when they actually passed that. So I was like, oh, I guess I gotta get my money up, because your girl about to get her BBL. And that was something that I've been wanting since like, I don't know, 2018. Like it was something I thought about. I just was too scared because, you know, it was too risky, and it still is risky. It's something that it's a lot safer, and they've made a lot of improvements. Now, like if you don't have any health problems, it's less of a risk. Visceral fat. Yeah, the visceral fat is what keeps you from looking, you know, you can still look skinny, but you still have that extra like projection in your stomach, like especially up in the higher belly. That's something that I wanted to work on. So, and then not only that, in Florida, they only can extract like maybe 3 to 5 pounds worth of fat. So it's not like, what is the point of gaining 20, 30 pounds? Like you're not gonna, they're not gonna be injecting all of that back into you. So there's no real point of getting extra big. So yeah, another misconception that a lot of girls have is that a liposuction is a way of losing some weight, pretty much, and it's not. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that I was thinking. At first, I was wanting to get a tummy tuck, but the way that I scar, I don't know if I want to do that. I was pre-diabetic, and I've controlled it with diet, and I've lost a lot of weight as well. But let me show you my scar. This was my C-section scar from last March, and it's so dark. And you think about that, at least I think about that whole thing being around, like there's no way I'm gonna be able to hide that. Like I've been using different treatments to try to lighten it up, and I massage it, and it's there. And I don't know if I want to do a tummy tuck. I've been leaving it open to an option, but I first wanted to try the tape method. A lot of doctors don't like it. A lot of people are against it, but it makes too much sense to me. And I've seen people have good results. So, I mean, it's worth a try. And if it doesn't work, then I guess I will then get a tummy tuck. I'll get a tummy tuck when I go back for my lift, because that is something else that I'm thinking about doing afterwards as well. And they have 𝒃𝒄𝒆𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔𝒄. 𝒃𝒄𝒆𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔𝒄 is when they send a high frequency wand after they've done lipo, and it causes the skin to retract. And that's another option that I was looking into, but it's not gonna be this round. I've already made a decision on this round, and it's Lipo 360 and BBL, but I am going to try the tape method. And that's basically whenever they do the lipo, they separate your skin from the muscle, and then that healing process is getting that inflammation and fluid out. Once it is, then the skin can contract back to the muscle. And what they do is, for people that have saggy bellies like mine, you can kind of see I got this nice little flap there. I hate showing my belly on camera, but I said I was gonna be open and honest with everybody and let them see what their experience was, because I couldn't find these type of answers and questions and things like that out on the internet for myself. So I'm putting it out there for anybody that's like me, that has these issues, that doesn't want to do a tummy tuck. They want to see what other options are, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. But anyway, back to the subject. When your skin heals together and fuses, they tape it up in the position that you want it to be. And when you're healing in that, you know, with it taped up, it fuses to your muscle like it's supposed to be, because it's going to do that anyway, but because it's, you know, sagging, it's going to do it sagging. There was another doctor, dang, I forgot what his name is. He does that actually, like he just, oh no, what he does is he detaches, okay, let me explain this, because all with my saggy titties and everything. He detaches the growing skin like here. So when he detaches it, it drops down, and then it drops down into your leg too. And then it doesn't have any memory that it's saggy. It's just, that's your skin. And it's pretty fascinating the way that he put that together, because it makes sense. Like, if your skin is sagging, then let it just gravity take it where it's going. Like, does that make sense to you? Did I explain that right? I don't know. But so yeah, that's what I'm gonna try. That's what I'm gonna try now. And if that doesn't work, then we'll be on to the next, because I want to enjoy my body. I'm not saying that I have a bad body now, but it's just like a mom pod body, if that makes sense. And I didn't get to enjoy it in my 20s, because that's when I had my first child, and I want to enjoy it. So it is what it is. Some people may have their opinions on plastic surgery, and you can have those, but my opinion is, I think it's amazing. I think it's great that they have options like that, just like they have options to fix people's teeth and regrow hair and hair transplants, and people are changing their eye colors and like actual changing their iris color. It's crazy. And fixing your eyesight and all that. So people don't like plastic surgery, because I really don't know. I mean, because if you think about it, a lot of people do things to fix themselves too. It's just not, maybe just not as extreme. But my battery's about to die. I will talk to you guys later in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. How did